Hello, all of my MAGA followers here on Twitter. I wanted to make a quick video. It's only going to be my screen because I've got an infection or a sty and a eyelash on my right eye, and I look like the Elephant Man, so I don't want to scare you any more than I normally would with my not so handsome face. It's even less handsome today. But we've been hearing a lot about how Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, did such a great job with the COVID virus, even though he ordered infected elderly folks back to nursing homes, and there were thousands of deaths just from that. But I saw a clip on CNN, I don't know if it was last night or the night before, of his brother Chris talking about how great Andrew was and how great of a job he did. And I just don't get it. And here's why I don't get it. This is right from Google. I just typed in COVID cases by state. And let me just refresh the screen so we've got the latest and greatest data. So in the United States, we're at about 28,000 deaths. Let's go in and look at New York. You can just go in and do this yourselves. 24,000 deaths, 393,000 confirmed cases. If we go in and we sort the deaths, and then we go in and we look at per 1 million people, you'll see that New York has 1,273 deaths per 1 million people in their state. So this is a way of looking at this, how good a job the state did based on equalizing or normalizing for the differences in population. So they're talking about how bad Florida is right now. There's all kinds of spikes and things of that nature. Let's look at Florida. 181 deaths per million people. I mean, that's almost 1/10 of the deaths per million people as New York. Let's look at Arizona. 245. What's that? 1/5, 1/6 of the deaths in New York? Now let's look at Illinois. Another Democrat-led state. 536 deaths per million people. Let's look at California. 158 deaths. So they've done a good job in California. Then let's look at Massachusetts. Then let's look at Connecticut. Then let's look at Maryland. These states are doing terrible. Yet we're hearing about how poorly Ron DeSantis in Florida is doing, how poorly things are going in Arizona for Doug Ducey. And then let's take a look at Texas. Greg Abbott. 87 deaths per million people. And you're hearing on CNN that Texas, Arizona, and Florida are having this crazy outbreak. Everything is spiking. Everything is terrible. And then let's go to Gretchen Whitmer's state, Michigan. 598 deaths per million people. This isn't some statistical aberration where there's one state that has a lot. It's pretty clear that if you live in a Democrat-led state, you have a higher chance of getting the virus than if you don't. I don't know what the reason for that is. To me, it doesn't matter. I'm just glad I live in Ohio. Where we at least have things under control.